This is Talk of the Town on News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM. Steve Kelly, Brett Bakita from West Michigan's Morning News. Can't wait to hear more about this concept. Rapid Radios, rapidradios.com. In studio, CEO and owner Steve Eilers. Thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Steve. Appreciate it.
Tim Short is the COO. Tim, thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about the concept, right? We all know walkie-talkies. I can handle that. Talk to us about the technology. What's different or similar?
Yeah, so traditional walkie-talkie, your traditional Motorola, Midland, Cobra, Uniden, you get 2-3 miles range. The things that you might buy from like a Walmart, they might say 20 miles, but that's if you're mountaintop to mountaintop. So we wanted to solve that problem and just get an improved range for our customers. And honestly, the communications this day and age is just really important. So we came out with a concept where the walkie-talkies are actually cellular based. Now, they're different than a cell phone. They have better coverage than a cell phone. They actually utilize all the cell carriers, not just one, which is really important. You guys know what happened on February 22nd, AT&T outage, everything was down there. So we utilize Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all the carriers. One goes down, it piggybacks off the other one, but it's not a cell phone call. Instant communications, just like a walkie-talkie, but literally I can be in Florida talking to somebody in Grand Rapids instantly. So,
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
So you see this as mass market taking over because, if you have that technology in place, what's the difference between a cell phone and having this, especially if you've got all the carriers on board so you're not going to have any disturbances?
Yeah, so one of the big things between this and a cell phone too is that cell phones come with a large cell phone bill. Not only do you get the one carrier, but you're paying $50, $60, $70 a month for coverage. So our radios come with a year of coverage, a year of service. After that, it's just $50 a year to renew, and that's for all the carriers. The other difference is too, the communication's instant. You're not dialing a number for businesses, especially. We work with government, fleets, schools, construction. You name it. That communication needs to be instant. People can't be going on a phone call if they're driving a forklift and need someone to give them, instant feedback on something. So much better than a cell phone. You're not getting any of the static that you would get from a traditional walkie-talkie radio. It's completely different technology. And honestly, it's never existed to this scale or to this point. Motorola has done some things like this in the past, but they charge thousands of dollars for their equipment. They charge $30 a month per walkie-talkie. It's just not at a scale where a small business could even afford it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of affordability, rapidradios.com to find out more information. In studio, Steve Eilers, who's the CEO and founder, and Tim Short's the COO here as well. So I'm reading 100% no monthly fees or subscription fees ever. How does it work then?
Yeah, so we have relationships with all of the carriers. We basically cover the technology. We buy the bandwidth and all of the digital real estate basically from every major carrier kind of at a omnibus level and then share it amongst all of our users. So it's been a lot of wheeling and dealing and figuring things out, but we've been able to create a platform where we don't have those fees. Like I said, we do have a yearly renewal fee. After the first year, it comes with a year of service, but we find that's pretty comfortable amount of money for most consumers and businesses.
Yeah, it's way more feasible. We try to make it so it's not going to break your bank.
Yeah, and we try to make it so families can afford this too. Instead of getting a cheap pair of walkie-talkies from Walmart or something, this is really nice for families to get. They just get that range. They're not hearing other people talking on the same radio. Everything is 100% private and encrypted, which is also important. So you have the privacy. No one can listen in on what you're saying. So nothing's public, which is important too. And another really cool thing we found is, I talked about the business market, but the normal consumer market's been really well too. Like we see a lot of parents buying these for their kids. I have a 10 and 11-year-old myself. I don't want them having a cell phone yet.
No.
But I want to be able to get a hold of them. We find that this is a perfect solution for parents.
Yes.
All they can do is just, talk back and forth to mom and dad. They can be wherever they want, but they're not, surfing the web, getting on
Absolutely.
TikTok.
Last week, we
So-
just did another interview about ways that that creeps are finding kids, and they're
Right.
doing it from smartphones. And this is notwithstanding the business application. I love this idea.
It's Tim Short and Steve Eilers, and it's called Rapid Radios, rapidradios.com, because if you're like me and you're hearing this, you have a lot of questions. What does it look like? What does it do? All the different things. Rapidradios.com, and that's my next thing. You just touched on a little bit. It's not like a cell phone.
Right.
It's pure communication, but what does this thing look like? How handy is it? How easy is it? Can you put it in your pocket like you can your cell phone?
Yeah, so it looks like a traditional walkie-talkie. It does not look like a phone. It's got a little screen on it. Very simple to use, just a push-to-talk button. Just like a little mini walkie-talkie. It has a belt clip, but super portable, super rugged. It can handle getting wet and getting dropped and things like that. We have some really cool accessories for them too, hand mics and earbuds and protective cases and things like that. But we've designed it to be super simple. Kids can use them, businesses can use them. Even we have elderly people using them too that just can't handle the sophistication of a smartphone. So very small, smaller than a cell phone. You can throw them in your pocket, throw them in your glove box, whatever. So
I'm totally getting one for my mom because you just said elder, and I just mentioned
Yeah.
my mom, God bless her, and the cell phone. It can be a little problematic at times.
Yep.
And this way, you just get. does it ring? Does it bleep? How do you know that the person on the other end?
So
is,
you guys probably remember like Nextel back in the day. I mean,
Oh,
it's kind of similar to that. We've kind of revived it a little bit, of course, without those crazy monthly fees and some poor coverage and things like that. But it's similar to that. You have a little beep tone that comes across, and then it's you're just having an instant conversation, just like you would on a walkie-talkie. But you could have groups of any sizes too. You can have a family of 10 people and have different channels set up and things like that. I can have one talk group maybe with my business employees, but then have another talk group that's my family members all in one device. And I can just switch the groups. And
That was my next question.
Yeah.
How many on a group can be
Yeah.
on there?
So you can have up to 200 people on a group. And
Wow.
then you can have up to 100 groups. So we find it covers most everybody. We do have some large enterprise customers that have more than 200 units that we are able to do. But for the kind of the normal consumer,
Certainly would
about
take
up
care
to
of the
200.
family and the extended family. for most.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
and it comes with an optional accessory of a belt clip. I mean, I'm just a big kid. I want one of these things just because all the cool people get walkie-talkies. Right now, you can have just even if you don't have any friends or anybody to talk to, just buy one. Can you? Or they come in pairs at least as a minimum.
Yeah. They come in pairs.
Can we talk to you guys? Is that possible?
You can.
make it happen.
Yeah, you can link up to other people on them, and we're doing some really cool things in the company right now too. We're coming out with a new model that'll probably hit the market right before the holidays, and it's kind of top secret right now, but
be on the lookout.
pretty darn cool. Just doing some really cool stuff. We have a protection plan that you can add on to. For $30, you get 3 years of protection. So, God forbid you dropped it in the lake and lost the unit, or it got stolen,
Brett.
or
Yeah.
Show them your
Totally
phone.
me.
Show them your
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, we're out of time, but you can go right now to find out more information at rapidradios.com. That's rapidradios.com. COO Tim Short and the guy in charge, CEO and founder, Steve Eilers. Thank you guys both for coming in.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
This is, show them your phone. This is Talk of the Town on News Radio Wood
Oh, he's not
1300
joking.
and 106.9 FM.
Hey, Lisa.